What's good, y'all? I'm Jerry, about to check out 10 most unappreciated WWE wrestlers that never got a chance. This video is about WrestleMania. I can name just about a lot of wrestlers who never gotten the chance. That was great, and WWE just didn't appreciate those guys when they was there. Number one would have to be Shelton Benjamin, who was very athletic back in the day. Could have easily been World Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion. John Morrison, Cesaro, Mike Bennett, when he was in WWE, they didn't appreciate him. Eric Young, when he was in WWE, they didn't appreciate him. EC3, they didn't appreciate EC3. Both times he was in WWE. Cody Rhodes had to go and leave for AEW. But not even for AEW. He had to go and leave and find his love for wrestling again on the independent scene and form AEW years later. And until ultimately coming back and knowing his worth. And now he's the main event star with the company and making more money than he was before doing his first run with the company. That's 7 I gave y'all, so I'm about to see who WrestleMania has on his list that I didn't name. So we're on the road to 2K subscribers, man, so let's go.
Well, the term underrated is thrown around a lot within the wrestling fandom.
Dolph Ziggler,
what qualifies a wrestler for being underrated, though? Is it a lack of appreciation from fans, or is it a lack of respect and subsequent push from WWE themselves? Every fan will have different qualifying metrics in terms of what makes a talent underrated, but the most common consensus is that an underrated wrestler is a talent who never got their flowers from WWE during their time in the company.
No.
This talent has in later years become a fan favorite. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 of the most underrated wrestlers in WWE history. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out WrestleMania.co.uk and a non-wrestling channel, Incredible.
Number 10, who was that?
Number 10, Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
One of the standout tag teams of the Ruthless Aggression
He
era
was so
in WWE was
athletic, bro. It was crazy. He was on his athleticism. Is what Montez Ford is right now. But Montez Ford is far more athletic than Shelton Benjamin was.
And for the longest time, it looked like Benjamin was destined to be a future WWE champion.
Yes.
He would secure major victories over the likes of Triple H, Ric Flair, and Chris Jericho, but WWE failed to effectively pull the trigger on him.
Really, Vince.
As Benjamin's career went on, he was solidified as a mid-card talent and was often used in Money in the Bank matches as a human highlight reel. Benjamin continues to have a ton of support and love to this very day, and even though he seems destined to wrestle on WWE main event for the rest of his career, there is still hope that Triple H will finally give the former IC champion and US champion the push he so deserves. Number 9, John Morrison. John Morrison's work throughout his wrestling career has always been appreciated by
and I
fans.
feel like 2009 was like his best year when he was facing Jeff Hardy and CM Punk in the main event of SmackDown.
Morrison did receive a decent push during his numerous runs in WWE. His 2009 push was certainly a highlight, and this was when it was rumored that Morrison was going to ascend into the main event scene in WWE. The crowd
I wonder what
at this point
stopped
in
it.
time were firmly behind him, and this was cemented when Morrison was cheered over Rey Mysterio in an IC match on SmackDown. In late 2010, the crowd were fully on board with Morrison becoming WWE Champion, and he would even win a number 1 contenders match to face former tag partner and then WWE Champion The Miz. This match would happen on Raw in early 2011, and it was a Match of the Year contender. Morrison was never the same following his unsuccessful attempt to win the title in 2011.
Something had happened with his neck.
It was clear that WWE had no plans whatsoever to give the underrated star a run with WWE's top prize.
No.
Number 8, Baron Corbin. One of the most criticized wrestlers of the modern era is Baron Corbin. Corbin is criticized for being boring in the ring and pushed beyond his abilities. However, Corbin is one of the more underrated stars in the locker room. Corbin is safe, reliable, and is someone who can deliver exceptional character work. This was seen when Corbin performed his Broken Corbin character. This showed that Corbin had a ton of range as a wrestler and had the ability to break away from his established persona. A number of
He's still
wrestlers have
active,
spoken
so
out about just how good
he possibly
Corbin
could
is,
be
and
world
these include
champion
names
one day.
such as The Rock and Randy Orton. There is a reason that WWE continues to keep Corbin in a featured role, and this is unlikely to ever change. Number 7, Cesaro. Throughout Cesaro's
the third person I
WWE,
named.
he was often labeled as underrated by fans.
2014 would definitely could have been his year as world champion. or main
Former
event
WWE
main
chairman
event
Vince
talent.
McMahon would even appear on Stone Cold's podcast in 2014 and outright declared that Cesaro doesn't have the it factor. Cesaro received a number of pushes throughout his career, but during those pushes, WWE had no concrete plans to make him
They dropped the ball with him every time.
Fans like to place Cesaro on the list of names that should have been world champion, and it's hard to argue. Cesaro received his biggest push to date in 2021 when he defeated Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 37 and main evented the WrestleMania Backlash event against Roman Reigns. Although there were calls for Cesaro to win this major match, WWE had other ideas. Cesaro now finds himself in AEW, where he hopes that the company will present him in a manner fitting for his extensive talent. Number 6, Shane Hurricane Helms. Shane Helms landed on WWE television in 2001
under his Gregory Helms character.
Persona. When the character first debuted, fans were critical, and there were questions surrounding on how on earth a superhero character was going to work in 2001. If this was the new generation era, it would have been fine, but this was an edgy product that WWE were presenting.
Stand back.
Thankfully, Shane Hurricane proved everyone wrong. The character became immensely popular, especially with the younger demographic, and the Hurricane subsequently became one of the most beloved characters on the show. In 2003, The Rock would even work with the Hurricane in one of his final TV programs before semi-retirement. This was a huge deal, and it showed how much someone as iconic as The Rock valued the Hurricane's work.
That's what's up.
Although Hurricane never won the big one in WWE, his body of work is vastly underrated and should be a template on how to make a character work. Number 5, Xavier Woods. The New Day are one of the most celebrated stables of all time, yet Biggie and Kofi Kingston seem to get
Xavier, he's like the brains of the group.
This is likely due to the WWE favoring the two aforementioned talents over Xavier Woods.
He definitely could have got a push.
Won the WWE titles during the New Day's tenure. Woods has won the King of the Ring, but this sadly didn't lead to anything substantial. Woods is a tremendous athlete, talker, and storyteller.
Yeah.
He has the inherent ability to deliver hilarious comedic material, then seconds later switches focus into selling a match with passion and integrity. New Day member Kingston discussed just how underrated Woods is during an interview with Sportskeeda. He stated, "He's very underrated, number one, incredibly underrated. I don't think people understand that his wrestling mind is legit top-notch. Having conversations with him and talking about matches and ideas, top-notch wrestling mind for sure. The New Day doesn't happen if Xavier Woods doesn't have the idea, culminating
he came up with the idea.
Cauldron that he calls his brain." Number 4, Umaga.
Definitely. They wanted Umaga to lose weight, that's why he got released.
There were concerns that Umaga was just another generic super heavyweight who would fail to have entertaining matches, but Umaga proved everyone wrong. Umaga had acclaimed matches with the likes of Triple H and Jeff Hardy, and his last man standing match against John Cena at the 2007 Rumble is an all-time classic. There were arguments to be made, especially in 2007, that Umaga should have won the title, and it was hard to argue with anyone who had this viewpoint. Umaga's work was just that damn good. He sadly passed away in 2009, but his memory lives on, and there is a consistent push from fans to see Umaga take his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame. Number 3, Sheamus. Sheamus is a wrestler who, until recently, has never given the respect and admiration he deserved. Debuting in 2009, Sheamus has constantly been great in the ring for over a decade. Unfortunately, his early ascension to the main event scene in WWE resulted in a number of fans turning against him. While Sheamus' WWE title win just months after debuting was questionable, this didn't take away from the bodywork that followed in later years. Sheamus has had phenomenal matches with everyone, including the likes of Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Roman Reigns, and even The Big Show. 2022 was truly the year where fan reception to the former WWE champion.
This year, he been having some of his best matches of his career.
Sheamus was underrated in everything he did. He was one of the most dependable wrestlers in the entire company. Number 2, William Regal. What makes
understandable.
A pro wrestler? Is it someone's in-ring
William Regal definitely underrated, hella underrated.
Combination of all factors that are needed
as a wrestler,
a successful WWE star. William Regal truly had everything. His in-ring work was well documented, and it's well established that Regal was a gifted pro wrestler during his WWE tenure. But it's Regal's other abilities which fly under the radar. Regal is an unbelievable talker, and he has the ability to cut babyface and heel promos with conviction and meaning. Thankfully, Regal is still involved in the wrestling industry as a manager in AEW, so fans are often treated to the verbal.
Rumors say Regal is on his way to WWE, on his way back to WWE.
At a level that has never been seen before. His mannerisms throughout his time in WWE were second to none, and they helped elevate any comedic segment that he was involved in. Regal was a total package, and it was unfortunate that WWE never pushed him into the main event picture. Nevertheless, Regal's work is going to be studied for generations to come, simply because his impact on the wrestling industry is never going to be diminished. And number 1,
Christian. Oh my God, I forgot about Christian. Hella underrated in WWE. They really should have put Matt Hardy on her.
Was the star of the duo. Whilst Edge had a ton of potential and went on to reach a legendary status in WWE.
So we mentioned Christian. Matt Hardy is hella underrated in WWE.
Christian is
Never got a
one of
chance.
the best in-ring talents of the past 2 decades, and talents such as Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and Booker T have all alluded to this in prior interviews. What makes Christian underrated was just how little WWE, but specifically Vince McMahon, valued his work. It's an urban legend that Vince McMahon disliked Christian mainly due to his appearance, so McMahon would never fully commit to a Christian push. When Christian eventually won the title in 2011, his reign didn't even last a full week, and it was clear that
5 days.
McMahon did not see him as a main event level attraction. WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle put it best when he shared his thoughts on Christian during an episode of his podcast. But there you have it, folks, 10 of the most underrated wrestlers in WWE history. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Alright, y'all, great video, man. I personally feel like they should have put Matt Hardy on this list as far as wrestlers that never got in the chance, man. Because Matt Hardy is definitely creative as a character-wise. He can talk good. He can cut a great promo. He can always change up his character when he feel like it's getting stale and he want to kind of innovate some new stuff with the crowd. And we saw that during his 2016 run as 15 and 16 run as the World Heavyweight Champion in TNA, when he did the Big Money Mac gimmick and he had the broken gimmick. Those are like, and the broken gimmick was like his best character since version 1 back in 2002. And I feel like Matt Hardy definitely deserves, never really gotten the credit that he deserves actually, man. But let me know what y'all thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.